Hey there, everybody. This is Apostle Bernard, founding apostle of Watchmen on Walls, International Fellowship. I'm sorry, I'm hesitating. I'm trying to make sure that I'm on both of my broadcasting streams. And I'm also the lead coach for the Ultimate Breakthrough Coaching Academy. And so I'm actually on today. To invite you to come and join us and come and be a part of our broadcast. And so I'm really excited about having you on, or rather, I'm excited about having you joining us. Please forgive me, I'm sort of distracted. All right, because now I'm inviting people to just come along and join me, and right. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes until someone shows up. Hopefully somebody's going to show up. I was actually on Periscope, and then I was trying to broadcast there and broadcast here. Sorry about that light. Let me see if I can get some of that light out of my preview here. So I need to move and adjust. And we actually had a great conversation on Periscope with a writer, and I invited her to join me here on Facebook. Hopefully she's going to show up. All right, so I've got one person on, and I'm just waiting to see who else is going to join. Please write in the comment box who you are and where you're from. And I'm just going to wait a little longer, and then we're going to get started with today's live stream. Okay? All right. Okay, all right, so I hope you've had an enjoyable March. This month has been flying. Actually, in the last full week of the month, and next week will be April, and it's already spring. So yeah, we're really excited about the movement of the seasons and the times. And if you want to read an interesting article, all right, someone has joined me over here on Periscope. I've got, I had somebody here on Facebook, but they're gone. Okay, maybe they'll come back. But if you want to read a great article on the seasons, I want to invite you to go to my website, creativeawakenings.us, and I've got an article there entitled "Defining the Seasons." Okay, so what am I talking about today? All right, and I got to keep my eye on the clock because I've got to be on my way out. Today I'm talking about how to write a book in 21 days. That's actually the e-course that I'm going to be teaching this Saturday in the Ultimate Breakthrough Coaching Academy. And and I wanted to come on for maybe 3 or 4 days this week and talk about some of the common barriers, some of the things that may be holding you back from writing your book. You may be a first time, this may be your first book. You want to write it. You know you're called to write. There's a call on your life to write. I know that, one of the areas when I was growing up in the church, the only people who were called were preachers. And so, but there is a call from God to write. Matter of fact, this Saturday, the first part of the group session that I'm going to be teaching, we're going to lay a foundation for how writing is the will of God. And so we're going to lay that. That's going to be our first foundation. Has God called me to write? You know, why has God called me, and all of that, okay? But if you are struggling with getting it done, you should be in this course, because again, the Lord gave me a system back in, I think it was 2015. The Lord gave me a system on book writing, okay, and He showed me how I could write a book at the minimum of 20,000 words, which constitutes maybe 20,000 words constitute around 80 pages, okay? And so the Lord gave me this system, and I used that one system to write 4 books, all right? So if you're on, I need you, if you can just write your name, just send me a comment so I can know who's here with me, okay? Because I want to be able to connect with you. I see that I've got 2 people on right now here on Facebook. So far, no one has joined me on Periscope, but yeah, well, maybe I need to do something here on Periscope, but I don't have that kind of time, so I'm gonna have to pass on that. But maybe somebody will be passing through and will stop. Okay, so if there's a call, or if there's a desire to write that book, okay, I want you to consider going to our website and reading the info on the link that I place in the description box, and then if you're led to join us, I would love to have you. Then you can register for the course. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is how doubt is one of the areas that keeps us from I'm really trying to find out who's here with me, because I see people coming in and out, but they're not talking to me, so maybe they're coming here by accident, okay? Doubt is one of the major barriers to writing a book, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about how doubt may be stopping you. Now, for you, it may be a different area, maybe another area, but if this speaks to you, I pray that this live stream is going to bring you breakthrough so that you can break out of doubt and start to write that book. And if you want a system on how to write a book in 21 days, then you can join me this Saturday, okay? So now, what is doubt? Well, doubt is it's wavering, it's vacillating, it's being one way in one moment, and then being another way in another moment. Okay, this is what I believe about doubt. Doubt actually has 2 voices, because doubt says I can. Okay, it says I can, and when you're listening to I can, then you'll rise up. You'll begin to write. You'll open up your laptop or your desktop or your phone, because some people actually write on their phones, and I'm not one to use my phone for writing, but I know it has the capability. So whatever your instrument is, okay, doubt says I can, but then doubt has a second voice that says I can't. So doubt is actually you listening to 2 voices. I can, I can't. I can, I can't. Okay? And unfortunately, because you're listening to these two voices, you're not doing anything. You're right in the middle. So you're listening to I can, but then you're listening to I can't. All right? So let me share some a biblical passage with you from Mark 14. Mark chapter 14 and verse 31. Verse 31. And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, O you of little faith, why did you doubt? All right. So in the midst of this miracle, and Jesus is talking to Peter, okay, and I don't want to give a sermon on Peter, because this is actually one of the messages that I used to preach when I was on the revival circuit, and talking about Peter walking on the waters and then having a faith failure, okay. But here's the thing. According to this passage, if you have faith, even a little faith, okay? Even a little faith will motivate you and cause you to start moving out into writing your book. Faith will do that for you. Faith is the motion or the movement within your spirit man that causes you to begin to do the thing that you believe you can do. So if you have a little faith, you can actually write a book. Peter only had a little faith, and that little faith caused him to walk on the waters. It actually caused him to suspend the laws of physics and gravity. And here he is walking on the waters because he saw Jesus doing it. But then doubt began to sink in when Peter looked at his circumstances. And that's what happens with a lot of us when we start looking at our circumstances. We start listening to that voice. I can't. Okay? Faith says I can, but then doubt says I can't. So now I've got doubt and faith speaking. And that's why I said doubt has two voices, because if there's any doubt in you, okay, if there's any faith in you, you'll believe that you can write that book. But if there's any doubt in you, you'll hear that second voice. I can't do it. And so when Peter began to look at the waters and begin to look at the waves, and Peter's like, I don't believe I'm doing this. Then Peter started to sink, because doubt will cause you to sink. Doubt will cause you to fail. Doubt will cause you to stop. Doubt will cause you to never begin to write that book. And so so when Peter doubted that he had the God ability, the supernatural ability to walk on water, then he stopped walking and started sinking. So I want to encourage you today. I want to encourage you to break out of doubt. Don't let wavering, don't let those two voices stop you from writing your book. Okay? There's a call on your life for you to write that book, for you to begin to write it, for you to begin to form those words into sentences, those sentences into paragraphs, those paragraphs into chapters, those chapters into a story, into a book. All right? So I want to give you a strategy on how to break through doubt so you'll start writing your book. Okay? And the strategy comes from Matthew 21:21. All right? Matthew 21:21. So Jesus answered and said to them, assuredly I say to you, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will not only do what was done to the fig tree, but also if you say to this mountain, be removed and be cast into the sea, it will be done. It will be done, all right? So here's the strategy on how to break through doubt so you can start writing the book. And I want to challenge you to start today, even if you only have 30 minutes, even if you only have 1 hour. I want to really challenge you to break out of the doubt and begin to write your book, all right? Number one, you got to have faith. So the first point in your strategy is you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your gift. You have to believe in your call. You have to believe that you can write. And the more you believe it, okay, then you will start to operate in it and you'll start to move into it. And then number two, don't doubt. Don't waver. Stand in your faith. Stand in your belief. When doubt starts coming in, speak the word. I can write. I can write this book. I can write this book in 21 days because I'm going to join Coach Bernard this Saturday for this book writing e-course that he's going to be teaching. I can do all things. I can write this story through Christ who strengthens me. Okay? And then number three, the third part of this strategy is you have to speak to the mountain. Okay? So the mountain, prophetically, a mountain represents hindrances and roadblocks and blockage and strongholds, and you have to speak to the mountain and you have to tell the mountain, you have no place in my life. You have no place in me. You're not going to stop me from writing. I'm going to write. You got to speak that thing, okay? You got to speak to that mountain. You got to tell that mountain that I can do it. Okay, I finally saw who's on. Thanks, Michelle, for joining us. Thanks, Wanda, for joining us. And so as you speak to the mountain, okay, then the Lord says the mountain will be removed. So you can't just think about writing. You have to begin to speak that I'm going to write. You got to speak, I'm going to write this book. You got to speak it. You got to declare it. Okay? And that's your strategy to break through doubt. Okay? Number one, have faith. Number two, don't doubt or don't waver, because doubting actually joins itself to your faith and it connects to your faith, but it is the opposite of your faith. So by faith, you say, I can write, but then by doubt, you say, I can't do it, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the talent, or I don't have the ability, okay? And so then you speak to that mountain. You speak to doubt. Doubt is a mountain. Doubt is what's holding you back. And you speak to that mountain and you declare to the mountain, I can do this. I can move in this. All right. So I want to encourage you to join us this Saturday. Go to the link in the description box. Read more about the book writing session. I'm actually doing 2 sessions, one this Saturday, one next Saturday, but I'm only going to be talking about book writing this week. So I may do some more live streams for the second course I'm going to be doing next Saturday, which is on April the 6th, which is I'll be teaching on witchcraft in the workplace. That's one of my earlier courses that I did in the group coaching session of Ultimate Breakthrough, but I'm bringing it back because there's such an increase of witchcraft in the workplace. So go to the link, read about the course. If you want to join me this Saturday, then go ahead and register for the course. I look forward to seeing you. And if you have any questions, just write me, send me a message in Messenger. And we're gonna be back on. We'll be talking tomorrow about another roadblock, another hindrance to what may be stopping you from writing. Okay? God bless you. Thank you for joining us. Shalom.